Hey everyone, welcome to episode 91 of X to Interact. This week we're talking Lightfall DLC inspiration. So we'll be talking about what DLCs we would want from a game that maybe doesn't have one. We'll be talking about what games we've been playing and maybe some more. All of that in just a second though. Make sure you visit podpage.com/X2Interact. We have a bunch of links there, YouTube, all the socials, and we have audio podcasts everywhere you find your podcast feed. But let's get into it. Lightfall is coming out on this Tuesday, which will be today for people listening later. Now, I'm super excited about Lightfall. I don't know. I'm on the fence about purchasing right now.
You're gonna buy it. Don't lie to yourself.
I'm gonna buy it, but I don't know about launch day, right? I don't know about that. And I'm sure I'll watch people streaming and I'm like, fuck, I have to get this game. The hype train continues for Destiny. It's full speed ahead right now, and I'm just trying to get out of the way. I may not be fast enough to do that. However, with that being said, our co-host Sam here came up with the idea to, I guess, what our idea of a, dream DLC or DLC for a game that doesn't have it would be. It can be any game, can be old game, new game that already has DLC maybe, but just different DLC that you want. So I'm going to start just to kind of give maybe a little bit of blueprint. So I think this one is one game that really deserves DLC. It was my game of the year one year. I think it was 2019. No. It was 2021.
2020 if you're 2021 if you're thinking of the game that I think.
Yeah, 2021. It's Death's Door.
Yeah.
Death's Door. Absolutely deserved DLC, and it hasn't gotten it. This one would obviously be my DLC dream for that would be, a second island or something, or maybe even a different character would be nice. Maybe a different set of abilities too, because you know how they're a la Silk Song, but maybe that would breach into a different game, like we saw Team Cherry run into with Silk Song. So, which I don't know if that's coming out this year, by the way. I hope it does. I hope it does. For you and for me, because I'm excited about it. But I digress. Yeah, I would want I want it to be a meaty DLC, right? I want because it's how many bosses are in Death's Door, the original? 6?
So there's the one before there's the plant in the house. 7, maybe?
Yeah. So I think 2 or 3 bosses would be nice. And then obviously 2 or 3 segments, kind of
I think there might be 8 with the because there's the post game boss that I haven't done yet.
Yeah.
The post game boss.
Well,
yeah.
It's a secret boss if you
have to 100% it, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely worth doing that in that regard. I think though, 2 or 3 bosses, obviously themed kind of areas, just more of what you had before. And maybe I think to kind of spin it up a little bit, you have a different protagonist, right? You have because he's kind of, he's kind of finished his story with what he's done there. So I think finding a new recruit or something would be kind of interesting. Maybe just some different abilities, different movement type, like you see with was it Shovel Knight? They did
all those DLCs.
They did King Knight, which he was kind of similar with what he did his abilities, but I think that was probably the best character. And there was Spectre Knight too. So something like that where they swap out the character so it's new enough and you're going through and you're kind of doing similar thematic stuff for Death's Door. I don't want to change it up too much, but that would be my pick for DLC, is that I think like maybe go more extreme with like the like weather or something, because I know like you had beautiful environments and stuff, but you didn't really have too much weather things there. So
I would love for a DLC to be made for Death's Door. I feel like that would. I don't know, something about I haven't been able to like get myself to go and do the post game stuff yet.
same.
Even though I love the game. Um, it's just like once I roll credits, in a game like that, it's usually that's where I stop. Um, but I feel like a DLC would get me to go back, do the post game stuff, and then also play the DLC. So that'd be awesome. I mean, I would also just like a sequel or something, more Death's Door.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know, I was thinking in regards to DLC, now that Cody brought it up in chat, like I think tomorrow we're gonna see some DLC for Pokemon. Just ran a little off note here because I wanted to say that before I went out too, because I think we're gonna see some there, and I hope we see new areas with that for Scarlet and Violet, which I don't know, because I'm really digging it. And so I still haven't finished Scarlet and Violet. Don't kill me.
You're probably gonna see spoilers tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
And like I haven't played Scarlet and Violet, but like I know the general end game of that, and I'm like, this is a wild game. Probably not gonna play until they fix it, but
do you think they're gonna fix it? Like,
I mean, I think there's already a patch on the way. I forget exactly what they said in it, but like apparently they're doing some things to fix it, but like it's also negative because I believe one of the fixes is that they're reducing spawn rates, so like you don't have as many things on the screen.
Yeah.
So that's like it's gonna fix it, but like at the same time, it's kind of a bummer from what I hear.
Right, no, because the cool part about it is you're having Pokemon pop up, and like it's more interactive. Yeah, I think with that DLC, I think that what they need to do is just add more area, or I don't know. I wouldn't say new Pokemon because there's already enough in that way.
You're gonna get new Pokemon.
You
Whatever
think so?
they're gonna add whatever is not there currently. Basically, is what I mean.
Yeah.
They're gonna do that. It's Pokemon Day is usually like a lot of the same announcements. It's like here's a couple mobile game stuff. Here's the big announcement. Here's a couple spin-offs, and then here's maybe DLC, maybe depending on what released that year. Basically,
Yeah.
it's a lot of stuff we already know. To be honest,
do you think we're gonna get any big news from that though? Any at all?
Depends what you count as big news. I think the biggest thing for me personally would be since we just got Game Boy and Game Boy Advance on NSO, that they add the classic games on there. Whether it's all at once or they just drip feed them, which I don't know. We'll see. I could possibly see like Red and Blue at least on original Game Boy be announced. I would want like Fire Red or Leaf Green or Emerald for Game Boy Advance to be announced, but I don't know if they'll save that for like another Pokemon Day or another announcement, something like that.
I just want Emerald, bro. Just give me Emerald, like on the freaking Switch. That's like the couple games, the GBA games for that, along with like a bunch of other GBA games, honestly, is what's really going to push me over to get that.
I love how we just pivoted right to Pokemon.
Well, no, it's just like, well, that's coming up tomorrow, right? And so like, and that has the potential for DLC, so that's kind of why. Circling back though, I think again, that's one I do want DLC from, Scarlet and Violet, but my pick would be Death's Door, definitely. When I think about games that I would definitely go back for a DLC for, that is one, no doubt. So I'm gonna kick it off to Sam, who seems to have his DLC want.
Eric, you said before we went live that you thought you knew what game I was talking about. What's your guess?
All right. The hint you gave before the stream, you said the game's not on the market anymore. So I'm gonna guess It's what's it called? Backyard baseball, whatever the one you're talking about.
Okay.
With the kid.
It's not backyard baseball.
I forget the name of it.
It's not backyard baseball.
Was Pablo Sanchez or whatever it was? Yeah.
No, not backyard baseball. That would be incredible. I don't know what a DLC for that game would look like, but that would be amazing if they just whipped one out of nowhere. No, so in 2008, a video game released, and it changed the world because it let you play as the villains. And of course, I'm talking about Lego Batman, the video game. It let you play as Batman and Robin through the main story or through like all the levels. But then there were also villain levels. So you played the same like storyline from the villain's perspective, and it was dope as hell. And it's one of the reasons Lego Batman's one of my favorite of the Lego games, which of course I'm a huge fan of the Lego franchise in general. So what I'm thinking is more games in general just need to let you play as the villains from the villain's perspective. I think that's a cool thing. And I think a perfect game for this, which is a game that as I said, is like not on the market because of some like weird rights stuff. I'm talking about Marvel Ultimate Alliance, baby. Let's fucking go. It's absolutely perfect for this. Playing through all the levels as like the villains would be so sick.
Have you played 3?
I have played 3. Yeah, okay. I have played 3. But and 3, I like 3 better than 2.
Yeah, same.
But 3's still not. They weren't able to capture the same magic as the first Marvel Ultimate Alliance. But I just think it'd be like it's like a perfect. I feel like it's a perfect game to have this setup where you play as the villains from the villain's perspective. Because it's broken down into levels, so that makes it a lot easier. Kind of like Lego Lego Batman, and it's a game where the villains are like always present, so they're always like doing something. Because like a lot of games, it'd be hard to do this because a lot of times the villain's just kind of there, like waiting for you to approach them or whatever.
Come and kill me.
Yeah, exactly. So, but man, it would be sick if they did that. So like in the first level, you play as. Because it would just add like a whole other side to it too. Because you'd have all the abilities of like the villains and stuff. Be so cool having to fight the Avengers,
dude.
Be able to play a Scorpion in the first level. That'd be dope. The whole thing, the problem though, with that you would need 4 villains per level. But I guess it would just be like you can just pick villain. What villains to play as every level.
You would just
I suppose.
You just get your group, and then I suppose you're fighting the one whoever hero, kind of, right?
Honestly, this would just be like a completely other like. This would just double the size of the game because it would just be a different version of the game. But it'd be just I would something like that would be like something like that would be just so cool because like I know they did come out with the Lego DC villain, like super villains game, but like in that you only play as the villains. But I just find the idea of like being able to play from the 2 perspectives, I just find that so interesting. And that again, that's like why Lego Batman just always has stuck out as one of my favorite in the series, because you get that where you play as the villains, and that game, like it chooses which villains you play as per level, but then you unlock free play so you can play as whatever.
I think it's fine. And Cody brings up in the chat like he's digging the idea about how well did DC villains do, right? This DC supervillains, the Lego one, I'm assuming he's talking about.
Like how successful was it?
How successful, or like was it a good idea kind of thing?
I believe it sold pretty well. And I'm pretty sure critically it might be one of the higher.
I think so too. I think
Lego games.
Yeah, my personal grief with it and why I didn't stick to the end of that one.
Yeah, I never finished it.
Was that I wasn't one of the bad guys. I was a bad guy that had different powers from different people, and I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't like the whole idea where you like create your own character.
Yeah. What
I
was
kind
that,
of just
Eric?
want to play as like, you know,
I was gonna say, oh yeah, wasn't that the game where you have to make your own like villain?
Yeah,
yeah, it's like they almost made it like an RPG.
which it's fine for I guess a lot of people, but for me, I just wanted to play as the villains, right?
So actually, I guess it got a 74 on Metacritic,
yeah, and then you're like,
which is like kind of right around where a lot of the Lego games land, is like mid 70s. So
yeah. Also, a side note, maybe a DLC for Lego Skywalker Saga where they just make it fully multiplayer and add some new levels. So,
but yeah, that'd be sick too. Just online multiplayer, yeah, that'd be dope.
Yep.
But yeah, I just think it'd be like a dope thing. Being able to play as the villains from the villains' perspective, especially because I like love the overarching like plan that Doctor Doom has in Ultimate Alliance. I really dig it. It's why I want Doctor Doom to be like, I wanted Doctor Doom to be the next Thanos of the MCU, just because I just love Doctor Doom so much.
I think it's more grounded for sure. Like it could have been, like obviously he's got some crazy shit going on, but I don't. Yeah, Doctor Doom could have been the next like.
He's just terrifying.
Yeah.
Like if you do him right, he can be just so like so scary.
Yeah.
So intimidating. So yeah, that's what I would like. I would love. I'm begging the studio that I don't know that if they exist anymore to to make this DLC
Shit.
and start selling the game again. You know.
Yeah. Could be good. Eric, you have your idea for DLC.
Yes, I do actually. And this is a game that the original, I believe it's not in the market, but the remastered you can buy like on every console known to man now at this point. Was actually thinking about it a little bit. Well, I wasn't thinking about it. I just came up with it now, but it's about a game I played a bit last night. I want a DLC to Final Fantasy X, and I want that. I'm not gonna spoil it because I know Sam hasn't played it. I want him to play Final Fantasy X. But there's a certain set of characters in that game that you hear about their story, and I want like a prequel DLC to happen with those set of characters going on their journey.
I mean, you should say at least one of them, like, because I don't know if Sam is gonna get to 10. To be honest, that's a real old game. That's a real old game.
It's not that old.
10
He's
is
played
old.
7.
Doubt me.
He's played
You
7.
doubt.
He has played 7. I'll give him that.
You doubt me.
And I think he gave up on 8. I'm not sure where he's at with 8, but yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played 8 in a while.
Yeah. 10 is.
Listen, I started playing The Witcher, then I started playing Mass Effect, and then
Then you went on
it's
Elder
just
Scrolls
the whole thing.
Online.
And I'm on
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls Online. I started Morrowind the other day. It's
Jesus Christ! I thought you are you an Elder Scrolls streamer, aren't you?
Until Starfield.
yeah, baby.
Yeah.
I'm streaming Elder Scrolls. I determined I think it's more fun to stream the single player games than it is Elder Scrolls Online. But
Oh, you already gave up on Elder Scrolls Online, huh?
I didn't give up on it. I'm still gonna be playing it every now and then.
Okay.
But
I mean, I could. Yeah. If you were straight at a time, I would definitely squad up with you because I like that game a lot. So.
Yeah. But yeah, prequel story of Final Fantasy X. I guess I'll mention the character by name. I guess. You'll follow this guy named Braska and his Braska. I don't know how I forgot how they pronounce it in the game, but
Yeah.
he's related to him and his party are related to characters in the main game. That's all I'll say right there. And yeah, I want to follow their journey and see like how their journey ended up and how if I don't want to say how it affected the world in 10 because you already see how it affected the world, but like I just want to see it from their perspective. You know what I mean? It's a prequel story. Kind of like how in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 there's the prequel DLC where you already know how it's gonna end, but it's still cool to see the stuff like from their perspective, basically.
I love me a good prequel.
Yeah, and people say they want Final Fantasy X-3 to be that story. I'm just like,
No.
I guess it could come out kind of make sense, but it being a 10-3 would kind of be confusing.
Be like after, right? Like you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like one of the weird nitpicks I have with Assassin's Creed 4 because like Assassin's Creed 4 is a fucking banger ass game, but like it's technically before 3, even though the present day is after 3, so it's like a little confusing if you're not up to date. But yeah,
Yeah.
numbering is weird for sure.
Yeah, but 4 is the GOAT, all right?
Yeah, no,
Four-
4 is the GOAT.
4, okay, 4
And it's
was
not even an
yeah.
AC. It's not even an Assassin's
I
game.
don't,
It's just pirate.
I don't know.
It's
Maybe
a
we'll do an
piratey game.
episode where we're just like talking about Assassin's Creed and how they should get back to
Let's
just
make
4.
Let's make an Assassin's Creed 4 DLC. I don't know
Right.
what it would be, but I want more of it.
Oh, dude, me
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Have it be that you play as Haytham, right? That was his name.
Oh yeah. Was it? Wait, what?
Well, Haytham is Edward's kid, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's like tiny. He's little.
Well, I mean,
Well, I
you
mean,
could-
in the future, not like.
yeah.
Oh,
You
that
could
wouldn't
do
really
that.
be a.
I know,
That wouldn't be a 4 DLC. Though. I mean, like
but I know like 3. That was like the prequel, like the.
I mean,
the
Haytham is
prologue,
like
I
the.
mean.
Yeah. Hey. God, that game's pacing is so bad. You play like it takes so long to get through that first part in Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed 3.
Oh goodness.
I mean, like when I was playing like Assassin's Creed 3, I did not expect
So
Haytham,
funny.
like the end of that prologue, to be like, and you're a Templar. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude,
that
Haytham's
was
like the
pretty good.
best character in like all of Assassin's Creed. Like, and it's not even really that close.
For the
best
few
running
hours you play as
character.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like
Lot-
he's also like the villain of that game, so
Yeah. So I mean,
or one of the villains.
yeah. So now we're talking about it, I kind of want to see the story about that because like, spoilers, doesn't like Haytham kill Edward? I believe that's like what happens in the lore. I think it was like in a book or something. I can't remember exactly where it was, but I believe like that's what happens to Edward.
I think so.
I
Hayth-
remember.
I don't think so. I know the guy that you play as in Rogue kills Arno's dad,
Yeah, I know about that.
and then he turns into an eagle. No, the game makes it seem like that. I don't know. Does Haytham kill Edward?
I think that's some. I forget where I read that, but that happens somewhere. I forget where.
Edward Kenway death. Who kills Edward Kenway?
Like it wasn't in a game. I think it was like in a book or some other form of media is what it was.
Edward Kenway's shocking death.
Don't read the. No. Just find like in the Wikipedia or something. I don't know. But then I know there's also like Freedom Cry for Assassin's Creed 4, but I haven't played that either.
Oh yeah, that's
DLC
like
with,
yeah, I played that.
Yeah, with his second mate.
No, that's not the one I played. I played Liberation.
That's a different game.
Yeah. I think Liberation's the one I played. Maybe it was Freedom Cry. I don't remember which one I played.
Yeah. But I mean,
don't-
I kind of wish Ubisoft would like stick with like one character, like they did with Ezio, where he had 3 games, and now they're just like
Mhm.
one-offs for most of the time. But except for that new guy for Mirage, right? He was in Valhalla, right?
Wait, who was in Valhalla?
The guy, the main character in Mirage, the one coming up.
Oh yeah, it's can't remember his name, but yeah,
Me neither.
it's one of them. So apparently, no, Haytham did not kill Edward. The Templars killed Edward, and then the people that killed Edward took in, like, adopted Haytham, essentially.
Okay.
It appears.
All right. I don't remember where I read that, but it probably sounds about right. But yeah, like I kind of wish like Assassin's Creed would like stick with like more with a main character for a bit longer, because like I think that's what I like about Ezio. Like you see Ezio like from his entire life.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Ezio.
Yeah.
Ezio's dope. And then they had Desmond, you know? I miss Desmond. Desmond was the thing that they should never gotten rid of. Because like that was the character that like obviously
Connecting piece.
Ezio. Yeah, like obviously Ezio connected the Ezio trilogy games. But like yeah, Desmond connected all the games together.
Yeah.
You know?
And I know there's that new girl from Origins to Valhalla. I forgot her name.
Don't even know her name.
Layla. I think that's what it was, Layla.
Mm.
But like, I never done much of the modern day stuff in like or in Odyssey, so I'm just like,
Yeah,
okay.
well, they just kind of like, I don't know, it's weird. It's a weird one because they just made it like so unnecessary. Because I liked the Desmond stuff, as like weird as it was. I liked the Desmond stuff a lot. It played a big role, but now
Yeah.
it's just like, who gives a fuck about
Yeah.
any of the shit going on in the
Yeah, and
present
so
day?
And no, Cody in the chat. No, I'm talking about the present day person, not Cassandra. Not
yeah.
Cassandra,
yeah,
the
Although she's kind of
MVP.
a cool character, but like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. I guess I need to play through the rest of that like crossover DLC to see. So
Oh, the one, but the crossover between
Valhalla.
Valhalla and Odyssey.
Yeah.
That makes no sense because
I'm surprised they supported Odyssey for that long. I'm gonna be honest.
yeah, there's a lot of DLC. I mean, they usually do though. Like they usually support the games.
But I mean, like that they added that stuff to Odyssey when Valhalla was already out. That's pretty,
yeah. Because
yeah, well,
Valhalla was still getting DLC. You know, they
Yeah.
supported that game for a while too. And Origins got DLC as well.
Yeah, Valhalla needs to stop though. I feel like the games that I don't need any more DLC for is Valhalla. So
I haven't
pretty sure
played any of the
pretty sure it's
Valhalla
done now,
DLC.
though.
yeah,
Isn't it?
but I needed
Yeah,
less.
I think it's done now.
I needed less of what we got, is what I'm saying. I'll take away DLC from that game. Okay.
But yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I never touched the DLC in Valhalla. But the DLC. I mean, I liked the DLC in Odyssey. It was like some really cool environments. Same with Origins. Had some really cool environments in the DLC.
Those games
Yeah.
are way too big. I just never got around to them.
But I want to give you guys a question. One last one, I guess, before we move on to like crossplay. Do you have a DLC that you really enjoyed that's like one of your favorites that you've played in recent memory, I guess?
I mean, I just played The Witcher.
Oh god, yeah.
Obviously, I
That's a
think
cheat. That's a bit of a cheat.
yeah. I mean, I obviously love Blood and Wine.
Yeah.
I think that's most people's like favorite DLC.
I like Hearts of Stone
The Witcher
though, a lot.
Hearts of Stone is my favorite DLC. Like I think ever.
The story is better, I think.
Yeah, I just really like it. Yeah, it's more character focused than it is. Like Blood and Wine's still like it's still focused on its characters, but it's also a lot of more about like world building.
Yeah.
Because it adds a whole other area, like it's a whole other different region. And there's a lot of cool like they play into a lot of fantasy tropes. And like the grim stories in Blood and Wine, which is cool. But yeah, I just love Hearts of Stone. The fucking Master Mirror is just so intimidating, so creepy, so mysterious.
And you're just like, I knew it was you.
Yeah. And he's like there. He's in the base game. Like at the very beginning, you talk to this dude, and he just seems so like it just seems like you're talking to a random dude.
Yep.
But he's
like,
always
oh yeah,
there.
I saw this person maybe. But like, here, come have a drink. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's just and I think this past time I did the other ending because there's two endings to the DLC. It just depends which character you side with at the end. And so I did the other one this time. And man, both of them are great. If you do the one that I did the first time, you do get to go in a whole other, like there's a whole other area that you go into, which is cool. But I still liked the writing for this other ending. I think it's just like exceptionally well done because you have him and then you Master Mir and then can't remember his name.
The other one? Anyways, the other baddie, right? Like
yeah, the other he's like he seems like a dick, but then you kind of like learn to see that he's maybe not. He kind of got fucked over, you know.
Yeah.
but he's still like pretty evil either way. He's not the greatest dude. But I just think, yeah, I think that the way they focus in on just like those two characters, and even like even Geralt in general, you know, it's cool. And there's a heist mission, which is just amazing. I love myself a good heist mission, and it's even got like the whole like thing before you do it where they walk you through what you're gonna do. Love that about heists.
Yeah. The plan.
Yeah. So that's probably my favorite DLC. And then I like Dawn Guard a fuck ton for Skyrim.
Yeah, that was
probably my second favorite.
Mine would have been like it's really like Darkest Dungeon. It would have been when they added like the Red Court stuff. They added like vampires and like a whole other section and really expanded the game some too and made it harder in some areas. It was real fun. Well,
yeah, anything that deals with vampires, man.
Yeah,
exactly.
So that's probably one of my more recent ones. Well, I guess not more recent, but one I can think about that I really liked. And then Dead Cells is always doing like DLC that I'm really digging. So Castlevania. Eric, do you have like a favorite DLC or a DLC you've played?
I mean, just point at my game that I mentioned all the time, Final Fantasy 14. Literally all those expansions.
Shit, that's right. Which queen?
Literally all that stuff there. Smash Ultimate actually had some like the DLC characters. Like I had a lot of fun with that. And obviously they capped it off with Sora, which I fucking popped off for. So there's that.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Final Fantasy 7 Remake Intergrade. Fucking love that entire like Yuffie DLC they had there.
Which I need to get.
It was decent. It was decent.
I think it was like what, $20? I was like, that was worth $20.
Oh, totally worth the
comes with the PC version, so I'm excited.
I mean, it was worth it. It was worth it alone for fucking the mini game. What's it called? Fort Condor. Hell yeah.
I fucking
RTS.
Yeah, I didn't play it in the original. I played it here. I was like, this is a lot better.
All right.
Yeah, it was a lot better.
And then one last question for both of you: do you think Elden Ring is getting DLC this year?
I would have said like yes if we didn't already pass a 1-year anniversary. They had like a stream, didn't they?
They were streaming. Like they were doing like Twitch Rivals for like their competitive part of it, the arena. Okay. So I don't know.
Yeah, I would have said yes. I thought we would already have like an announcement by now, but we haven't. It's been a whole year since release. We haven't gotten anything, and I don't know like From Software's like DLC timeline. But I'm pretty sure like for Dark Souls 3 that DLC came out before the year, I believe. So I don't know how I feel now. I kind of feel like maybe they're not gonna do it. Maybe it was just like so big that they didn't have time to really work on more DLC. Maybe now they're just on Armored Core now. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's been full sales to get Armored Core out. I'm hopeful.
Sekiro didn't get any DLC, so I mean,
I think Sekiro is maybe a bit different in structure though.
Maybe.
I'm really hoping, because there's a rumor going around about Barbarian like lands DLC, so I think that would be kind of interesting to go to and see.
Yeah. And then quick in the chat, Cody says Elden Ring sucks. You know what, Cody? You suck, all right?
Yeah,
Elden Ring does not suck. You suck. Get good, bro.
Get good, dude.
Yeah, Elden Ring does suck.
Nah, you guys just suck, all right?
We're trying. God forbid we try to play a co-op game, all right?
All right, well, I'll agree with you.
Okay,
on that,
yeah,
right?
sucks in co-op. Yeah,
I can't really argue about that.
I'll just wait for
you can
Remnant 2 for my co-op Souls-like.
You should have got it on PC. That way you could have done like the Together mod or whatever.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah. Let's go.
Sit on my shelf unplayed.
Speaking of games that are not unplayed, though, Crossplay. Get into it.
That was a good transition.
I'm sure. What? All right, sir. What did you play, Sam?
Oh, me? Okay.
Yeah, because you got a lot to catch up on. So, been 2 weeks.
Not too much actually, because I kind of forgot what I played. I mean, I didn't really play much the week, not this past week, but the week before, because I was busy packing and stuff. I was pretty much just playing The Last of Us, and Hogwarts.
Ooh, yeah.
I've kind of fallen off Hogwarts. Haven't played that in a few days, actually. But yeah, I played Last of Us. I've been playing Last of Us. Caught up with the show. I played Left Behind for the first time.
It's a decent DLC.
I felt like I didn't need that DLC at all.
Yeah.
I don't know. It felt pointless. Like, I didn't need to know. Like, I didn't need to be walked through, like, Ellie's past. Like, I understood from the main game she's dealt with loss. I didn't really need to. Like, there's some good moments in it. But I don't know. It felt kind of like it didn't really add anything for me. I don't know. It's like, cool, Riley's here. I hope the show does it a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched any of The Last of Us. Should I? I hear it's good.
It is fantastic.
Because I've like, I know the story of the game, and like I don't know how much surprised I'm gonna be. So kind of been a deterrent.
Yeah, so there have been quite a few times where I'm just like, I would just rather be playing the game right now.
Yeah.
Which happens in like most video game adaptations for me. Because I prefer games in general. But I will say Sam and Henry, they're my two that's like my favorite like mini storyline in the game, and I think they do it better in the show.
I've heard that. Yeah, like that's a better relationship in the show. So
yeah. And then the Bill and Frank stuff was the Bill and Frank episode was really fucking good. I wish it would have maybe just been like a spin-off episode that they like release later or something. I don't know.
I think
but
from what I heard, people were saying like
part,
they should have their own show. They should have their own like little.
That's why I'm saying like it would have been cool to even see like a little mini series there with them too.
I've seen some clips and yeah, I think.
But that episode was like incredible. It was an incredible episode. So like those two things I think were done better in the show.
Yeah.
But then there's some other things where it's like
how about the monsters, right? Game. Like how did they handle the freaking what is it? The burster or the fuck the bloater, yeah.
Yeah, so the bloater was in not the last episode, but the episode before. And it didn't like because in the game the bloater like shoots shit out of itself.
Right. Yeah.
Like it shoots like poison like spores, but there's no spores in the show.
What?
It works odd. Differently.
Okay.
Because like realistically, if there were spores everywhere, they wouldn't just like be contained into a building. Like they would leak. They'd be everywhere essentially. So they kind of had to deal with that. So yeah, it's not really spores. Which is I assume what the bloaters are shooting out in the game. But I mean, it was terrifying. The scene where a bloater's introduced is dope as hell in the show.
Nice.
I really like the first time you come across a bloater in the game in the school, but
same.
But the last episode of the show, it was probably my least favorite so far. Just because I think the game did everything in that episode of the show better. So it is what it is. It was still solid.
Yeah.
Still liked the acting performances and everything.
So you've been following along like with the show in the game?
Kind of. Okay. I mean, I didn't start playing until I was like 3 episodes into the show.
Okay.
But I caught up pretty quickly.
That's kind of cool though.
But yeah, I the last thing I did was play Left Behind. The episode this week is Left Behind. So
yeah.
So yeah, that's Last of Us. And I started Morrowind the other day, looking to stream that, looking to focus on that for streaming.
Like not ESO Morrowind, right?
Morrowind,
Yeah.
the single player game, and I'm still
Nice.
going to be streaming Elder Scrolls Online as well.
Just mixing, matching.
But I think I'm also going to be playing Elder Scrolls Online off stream. But Morrowind, I'm just going to only be streaming.
Yeah.
And man, that game, I just love that game.
The quest design is awesome.
Like, yeah, the quest design, the way the journal works is great. Where like when you're talking, the highlighted dialogue prompts are like added to your journal, so you can go. You have to flip back through your journal to like figure out what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, but it brings a point to a journal, right? Instead of it just telling you where to go.
Exactly. Like the journal has a purpose in this game instead of like, because in a lot of games you can just follow the check mark. You don't ever have to like actually read the journal.
Bring back exploration in games, you know?
Yeah, and so the journal helps with exploration. It's awesome. And I was just noticing like how goofy the fucking names are in this game. Like one of the I joined the Thieves Guild, and the person that I talked to join the Thieves Guild was named Sugar Lips.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's a Khajiit named Sugar Lips.
Yeah. Sugar Lips.
Fantastic. So yeah, Morrowind, I am looking forward to that. I might actually stream some later today after I eat lunch and whatnot. Unless somebody wants to hop into some ESO. And then I've also been playing Mass Effect 3. So I had finished Mass Effect 2. I don't know if I ever talked about that, but I finished Mass Effect 2. It's my favorite game ever made. And it's going to be hard to top that. So
yeah.
Mass Effect 3, as always, still enjoying it. As much hate as the ending gets, there is some incredible storytelling in the game and some incredible payoffs. And I am in the middle of the Genophage arc of Mass Effect 3, which has the ending of this arc has perhaps the best moment in all of Mass Effect. So looking forward to that. And I'm a Vanguard. And I have like mixed feelings about the Vanguard abilities because none of the abilities really do much damage themselves, but they really mix up traversal because you have a charge ability, so you can like sometimes if there's like an enemy above you, instead of using a ladder, you can just like charge up to them, and that's pretty sick. And then you can like be on top of everybody else. So the Vanguard's got a lot of like cool like traversal stuff. With that, kind of changes the way you play the game more than any of the other classes, I feel like. And man, the shotguns just have so much punch to them. It's awesome. And then finally, I played a couple more levels of Kirby's Adventure. Yes. So I'm like more than halfway through. I think there's 8 levels or 8 worlds or whatever, each with like 7 levels, I think. And I'm on world 5, I think, maybe 6. So we're getting there, and there's some hard bosses. Let me tell you, there's this cloud fucker that's fucking me up. Don't like it. He floats around. His moves are like so unpredictable because he's a fucking cloud. So he's just like floating around, and then he'll like.
It's funny because the bosses are catch you off guard because the bosses are tough, but
son of a bitch. But it's nice, you can create suspend points and everything. So that's dope.
Yeah,
love it. Hoping to get into more of the library of Elder Scrolls or of the Nintendo games of Elder Scrolls of Nintendo games. So, yeah,
nice.
That's what I've been playing.
Eric, what have you been playing this week?
I've been a little game. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe not. Probably not, to be honest. Theater Rhythm Final Bar Line. Just finished it up last night. Finished up all the series quests in there. And if you look at my Twitter, I posted something in the Discord yesterday. Had an entire blast with it. It's a entire love letter to the Final Fantasy series. It's like almost perfect. There are like some little things I'll be like, man, why'd you like cut the song off this early, or why is this song excluded? But like other than that, it's like but it's a fun rhythm game. And I if it really is the final game in the Theater Rhythm series, because like there was I forgot it was like a interview or something about it, where they said like they're planning it to be like the last one. Then what a like a banger to finish on,
what
basically.
platform did you play it on?
So I played it on Switch mainly.
Okay, I feel like that might be the home for it, to be honest. Is
Yeah,
there
I mean like it's
touchscreen
not really
stuff?
for the Switch version, no, there's not. It's all button controls
What a
basically.
miss!
Yeah.
What a miss! But yeah,
But yeah, like I played the PS5 demo on stream like a couple weeks ago, and like no, I didn't really feel much difference between the two. It's perfectly fine on Switch. You can, I think, you just if you're gonna pick it up on whatever platform you want, basically. But yeah, play through all the series quests. I would like jump around between like series. Like I would like do one game I never played before, or and then do one game I did play before. Just like mix it up a bunch. And so like I like at the end I left it like to like Final Fantasy VII Remake was like one of the last ones I did because like well one it's most recent and two it's got bangers in it and let me tell you those bangers are still bangers.
yeah, I need to get back to that fucking game. Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's Theater Rhythm's the second highest scoring game so far in the Fantasy Critic League.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
Behind Dead Space.
And I'm pretty sure you picked that up. So
Yeah, he did,
yeah.
Yeah,
The last draft pick.
yeah, nice.
Hey man, the last Theater
Amazing.
Rhythm game that came to the West was like on 3DS, so I wasn't sure like how people would react to it nowadays.
I was
But it
confident.
seems like it's still
No,
good. Yeah,
you were
definitely,
confident.
definitely
I
good.
wasn't that confident. I was expecting like maybe
80s,
like
maybe
12 points.
Mm.
Like maybe 12 points.
Yeah.
Maybe even maybe 10 points, you know.
Low 80s.
Yeah.
is what I was
17
thinking.
though? Let's fucking go.
Yeah, dude, nice. Fucking nice. It's 87
And
Metacritic right now.
who's in the lead? I mean, we've had the most games.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
Stega has your team, Steven, you haven't even had a game.
Yeah, I know.
Yet.
It's just like ours is like
They're
in the
really-
wait, and I hope that I don't have to like drop any because they get like delayed, right? So,
Well, have fun taking on the Suicide Squad.
oh god,
Oh
right,
boy.
dude. Fucking A. I hope it's good. It might be an 80s game, you know, but it's definitely not going to hit Arkham Heights. I don't think so. Yeah, not what I want from it. Just side note.
I should have counterpicked that.
Yeah,
Well, we didn't
I'm
know.
big-
we didn't know.
see
I don't-
gameplay.
I know.
much
I'm gonna be
gameplay.
I'm gonna be really upset when Stalker 2 comes out. I did not want to counterpick that.
Stalker 2 was just
Yeah.
oh yeah.
I didn't want to counterpick it because if it comes out, it's gonna be good.
We'll see.
We'll see.
So yeah,
yeah,
you came out pretty
Theater
positive on it, right?
Yeah, very enjoyed it. I got the $80 edition for like the first season of DLC. Right now it's like Romancing Saga. Don't really care about too much about that stuff. I'm in it for Nier and The World Ends With You. Those are like the two series I wanted the most. And then Xenogears is like season pass, I believe 3. And so I'll pick that one up individually. I want to try out Xenogears eventually. Never played it, but like it's part of the Xeno series. So I want to pick that up.
Gears is a weird one for DLC because
Well, Square owns Xenogears.
yeah,
is the thing.
they do, right? I wish it was Xenoblade, to be honest, though. So we can dream. We can dream.
You gotta ask Nintendo about that. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, so like playing through Theater of them like has me itching to replay my favorites in this series. Like I downloaded 10 and 10-2 again. Maybe I'll actually finish 10-2 this time. Who knows? I'll give it another shot.
10-2 is hard, man. I think it's definitely much weaker than 10. Like
it's just 10-2 is just like a whiplash where you finish 10, you go to 10-2, and it's like a whole different tone and gameplay style. So you're just like, whoa, okay.
It's fine. I think it's fine.
Yeah. And then like I'm debating about maybe replaying Final Fantasy VII Remake again. Maybe finish that hard mode run I stopped halfway through. So eventually just get back there.
That'd be so hard. I would not be able to get past Hell House.
I haven't even gotten to Hell House yet. I think I stopped like when you first meet Aerith in that area. Yeah, so I'm getting close to it because Hell House did definitely I want to say he gave me trouble like in the normal playthrough, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think I could get to Hell House and then I would just have no chance on hard.
Yeah, But I like how hard mode is in that game because like it forces you to like really think about your materia setup because you can't
Yeah.
use items and MP regeneration is like limited to save spots, I believe. So
Mhm.
definitely like you got to plan it out. That's for sure. But yeah, that's really all I've been playing. Haven't really had much time to play anything else besides Theater of Them, but definitely recommended on my end there.
Yeah. I guess I'll top it off. Like I've been playing. It's been a lot of Hogwarts. And a lot of God, what was that? I've been finishing out Hi-Fi Rush. It's like really just cleaning up the games that I've been, that have come out that I haven't really had time for. I'm not quite finished with Hi-Fi Rush. I want to get there because there's like apparently a really cool boss that
What's
I've
the
yet to
last boss
see.
you fought?
It's the one. Excuse me. I've only done another level since the last time, so not the underground part, but the one like after that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I will report back on that one. I'm really loving the game. I'm just kind of like splitting my time between all of these different things here.
And a shirt.
What else did I play this week? It's just been a minute, right? So, I played some Overwatch, new season stuff. Obviously new comp grind. I haven't touched Destiny, but I've looked at Destiny and being like, maybe I should play that. Maybe I should play that. Finish the season story out at least. Just see if I'm excited about it. But there was one other game I can't remember that I really wanted to touch on. It was, let's see. Oh, Shadow Warrior 3 because it came to Game Pass. Do you know what? Like those games, the protagonist is really annoying. Just because like just says some dumb stuff all the time and he talks too much. But they're very like aware that it is that way, and they're doubling down on that, and then people make fun of it, like, oh, you're stress talking again, shut up, like, because it usually happens when there's like a lot of action going on and some crazy stuff happening in the game. But it's like a first person action, like slash 'em up kind of thing, because you've got a katana and there's demons that you're killing. You're trying to save the world from demons. It's kind of the same premise they've had for like the 3 games. It's just dumb fun though. Like it's not like perfect. Obviously it's not like Doom levels shooting, but they added now a grappling hook, which is the new thing for this game, and finisher moves like Doom has, where you go and get health back and stuff from finishing an enemy. Yeah. Yeah, and like OMG's said, it's like writing from 1998. So that's kind of what the humor you can expect from that kind of thing. But yeah, I've just been enjoying the dumb fun. Like it's just dumb fun. And I think it is co-op, so it's cross-play and cross-save. Which is nice to see. Because I just picked that up on my PC, and I will say it's definitely at home on PC because it is a shooter. But yeah, if you're just looking for like, oh, I just want to go slice some fuckers up and shoot some people and blow them up with grenades and like destroy like a bunch of destruction, right? Like it's definitely that type of game. Like you turn your brain off and play like an action movie pretty much. So there's not a whole, like there's some light puzzle stuff, but it's really not much. One of the coolest things I found that they added, I don't know if it's this one or the last one they added it too, but there's like these traps, like they set up these fight encounters, and it's just arenas like Doom, right? Like they've taken more inspiration from that. Like last game they had it more open world. This one is like guided segments, right? And it seems more focused, and I'm liking it better than 2. And there's these traps, like you'll shoot a button and it'll be like this like a tether ball, but like at the end of the tether is like saws, like giant saws that like gore enemies as it's going around. You can shoot that and spin it, and then like I don't know. It's like a kill floor kind of thing. So that the addition of like the traps, the grappling hook, and some new mechanics, just I don't know, really really hooked me. I suppose just like the gameplay is fun, but honestly just ignore like the writing and story, but like the gameplay is fun. I think that was it. I played some Warzone. They came out with a new map, like Rebirth Island pretty much was in Warzone 1. Excuse me. They it's like called a Shiki Island. And this one is like you, instead of when you die getting eliminated, as long as there's one person in your squad resurgence, you'll spawn back in, right? And so I've played like 7 or 8 games on that map. I really do like it better than the first one. I think they've added some new weapons, and 1v1 Gulag is back. I don't like it as much as I like 2v2 Gulag, I'll be honest. There was something about like having the threat of the jailer there, and then like if you get killed around the same time your teammate does, you have the potential to work with your teammate to kill the other 2 people and get out of Gulag. And there was just something satisfying about that. But I guess people got pissed about it. It's a streamer's game, so whatever. They're gonna do what the streamers want to do for meta and things like that. That's it. Overwatch 2 continues to be good, and I'm just finishing up odds and ends here. But yeah, that's what I played this week. I know that, what was it? We have a bunch of games coming out this year that I'm excited about. So I'm really trying to get all of this like backlog out of the way. I really want to get back to Final Fantasy VII Remake and finish that. So just too many games.
Meanwhile, I'm over here waiting for my copy of Metroid Prime Remastered.
There's that too, right? There's that.
I need to get back into that.
It's definitely worth like seeing it through, Sam. Like it does get better.
I was having fun with it. I just kept getting stuck.
Yeah, you get more abilities. It's fine to use a guide, man. Like when you get stuck, like it doesn't give any spoilers or anything away. So like,
no, guides are for chumps.
Yeah, I don't know. I would disagree, but like, especially because like
I disagree as well.
Yeah,
guides are clutch as fuck.
Yeah, because it's like I think even Breath of the Wild I would use a guide occasionally, because it's like I don't care about the spoiler at this point. Just tell me what I need to do in this part because I'm stuck. Right.
I feel like half the time I have to like use a guide is like when I'm like questioning whether I'm like encountering a bug or if like I'm just missing something. Like
yeah. Jesus said it's like the older you get, the less time you have. So guides are cool. Yeah. Definitely one of those. I'm excited for all these games. I hope I can finish what I have now on my plate before. Considering Hogwarts, I've seen people play like 90 something hours if you're trying to go for like a completionist. So
hey man, I put 80 hours in like 2 weeks for Fire Emblem. So there you go.
True. All right. Well, that's going to do it for episode 91 of X Interact. We're getting close to that 100, and I think we're going to do something special for episode 100 for sure.
Yeah.
I'll find something. Don't worry about it. Anyways, yeah. Make sure to check us out on all of the things if you have not already. If you're sticking around, thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you share, like, follow, all that crap. Definitely helps the channel, helps us grow, helps us keep doing this. And yeah, I don't have a good closer, so I'll see you guys next week.
You want to raid somebody?
Yeah, wait, let's do that. I'm gonna stop recording.
I don't know who, but yeah, you can stop recording.